What's up, Doc Sports? It's me, Detroit Lenny, here with Tony George on a Tuesday. Tony joins us every Tuesday, and we like to call it Tuesdays with Tony. We're pressing management for shirts and hats and merch and all that, cups, swag, just swag in general, polos.
We're gonna go viral.
Yeah, we're gonna go viral with it. I mean, it's Tuesdays with Tony. I mean, it's somebody should write a book about it. I'm just saying. There is a book like that. It's called Tuesdays with Maury or something like that. It was this I don't know, long tangent. Anyway, I don't know. Doc Staley's here Monday through Friday, Saturday noon. Monday through Friday, we're here 1 o'clock. It's just a different array of different guests all through the week. Tuesday, like I said, is Tony George Day here on Doc Staley. We're gonna go over MLB slate. We got one WNBA game to go over. We'll get Tony's thoughts on soccer just because I think it's going to be hilarious. And
don't know, don't care.
Listen, I'm just going to tell you, we'll talk about soccer briefly. I got to tell you, my oldest son, he's 23, right? I got to tell you what he's doing with soccer bets. God bless him, he's having some fun. He put $20 into his stations account, $5 bets here and there. And he's like, if I don't know where the team is at geographically, I bet against them. And I'm like, okay. And then he's like, and if it sounds like it's two countries together, I bet against them too. And I'm like, okay. And then he's like, if I think the women are hot there, like Brazil, he goes, I bet them. And I'm like, so anyways, he's up about $100 messing around and finding out. He told me yesterday he was like, I'm about to hit this 3-team parlay with one more goal from Jordan. I go, you don't even know where Jordan's at, and whatever. So that's the extent of the World Cup in Detroit Lenny household right there.
My good friend over there, Chuck Esposito at Stations, out at Red Rock, he would welcome that betting philosophy on a long-term basis over at Stations.
Oh, absolutely. And every time he wants to talk to me about soccer bets that he has, it's a parlay. He's like, I got a 10-team parlay going. I go, what? I literally, we were sitting down at dinner table. I almost choked on my spaghetti. I was like, what? And he goes, it's between today's games and tomorrow. I'm like, how do you have 10-team? There's only 4 games on or something, whatever. And kids, what, just blow that money as fast as it's coming in, it's going out.
I'll tell you, if you're a local and you don't go watch sports at one of the station's sports books,
you're missing
Red
out.
Rock or Santa Fe, that's on our side of town.
Santa Fe's my jam,
books
man.
Anywhere. I mean, I love Circa. That's my home. I call that my home. That's my home stadium, so to speak. I love Circa. I love everything about Circa. Everybody that works there, I know them all. But those station sports books, Scott Spreitzer and I used to tape the Gridiron 6-pack at the Red Rock Sports Book for years. Those guys over there, Jason McCormick and Chuck Esposito, great people. They're tough to bet with if you're a big player. They will come out and tell you you're done. They did me at Santa Fe in baseball about 4 or 5 years ago, but at Days Inn, great places, the best food joints in casinos there, that Oyster House, they got a gumbo to die for.
God.
I mean, it is, those places they're good.
Absolutely. And I love a local spot, man. I'm a dive bar kind of guy, maybe, I don't know, nowadays dive bars are trendy. I'm just a hole in the wall bar kind of guy. Like I hope there's an 8-foot, beat up pool table in the back of it, maybe a dartboard, a jukebox has like 15 songs. That's it. And, stuff like that. And, I love a good cash place. If it's cash, I'm in,
My favorite place here in Kansas City, I live in a town called Liberty. That's the northernmost suburb of Kansas City. And, Liberty, to give you landmarks, this is where Jesse James and Frank James were born, and the first bank they ever robbed was in Liberty, and now it's a museum, and it's 1 block away from a place called the Corner Bar. I'll post a picture on Twitter at @TGeorgeCapper later today. This place is called the Corner Bar. It's been there 75 years, and it's probably I would say 900 square feet.
Yeah.
Same original bar. They've upgraded. They got a bunch
Basically a
of flat screens
2-car
in there.
garage.
My buddy Chico runs it, named Brian Williams, but he owns it. The bathroom, you could not get 2 people in the bathroom.
I was gonna say,
It's
you gotta
that
go
little.
next door.
You cannot. It's unbelievable, but it's one of the greatest dive bars. I took Griffin Murphy there from Doc's. He came into town to see me. He goes, "We're going to watch Monday Night Football." I go, "I got just a spot."
His perfect
I pulled
spot.
down there.
Yeah.
He goes, "What is this dilapidated piece of shit?" And I go, "Walk in the door." You walk in the door and sit down. He looked at me, goes, "This is the greatest place ever." I go, "Exactly."
Yeah.
And they pour you a drink this tall for $4, and it's that much whiskey.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, good times.
3 will do you. 3 will do you. But
Yeah,
nonetheless,
it's a sipping kind of place.
I love a good dive bar.
Absolutely. I got to mention everybody too is as always, there's a free QR code right here, free $60 account over at the website. You could jump on Tony George's premium plays. You could put that 60 towards a package, a day pass, prop card, whatever you want to do with it. You can do that. You can mix and match Tony and another capper. But like Tony always says, he's the best looking capper we have. Those are facts, folks. Proven time after time, year after year.
Close.
Not even close. It's actually, it got to a point where, our bosses had to bring on more cappers so he could compete with. But, I don't know, folks. He's the best looking capper we got. Free $60. Links in the description of the video.
They got nothing on me.
Nothing
Murphy
like it. Nothing.
And Mink and August Young, these pretty boys.
Those pretty guys.
Vernon looks like a Canadian. So that
man,
out right away.
Yeah, I don't mean to be that way, like to stereotype or I had a boss tell me in a phone room one time I worked, he goes, "We don't judge what we profile." So on the other end of the line, if they don't think like they have a credit card, hang up. And I was like, okay. But Vernon Croy is what you would imagine if you closed your eyes and pictured the ultimate Canadian sports fan.
Yep.
I mean, just that. There's just that. It's just that simple. We got a couple comments here. We're early. It says here, Rodney's early, but he goes, "What are your thoughts on the Aces Liberty Day? You got a premium in there?"
6-unit premium.
Okay.
6-unit premium. I can't comment on it. I love this game tonight. 22-11, our last 33. That's 66% against the spread. But I've got a strong lean on that one. You might want to take a look a little bit at the under on the total. But side play,
I can see that. I think
Rodney. I'd love to talk WNBA here. We're doing good. I didn't get it. I lost a 3-unit play last night. I had the over in that Connecticut-Chicago game. Chicago been playing a lot better, and they managed to put up 63 points. I had the over 170, so I took one on the chin. I had Vegas against Golden State on Sunday for a 4-unit play that won, laying 3.5 and throttled them. But interesting game tonight, nonetheless, and we've got a strong opinion on it. Did you see that? Did you see that battle royale last night? The hatred between Phoenix and Indiana.
Okay, so that was what I did want to talk to you about, other than just tonight's game, was the WNBA.
They're playing again tomorrow night,
right? So, like, for real, I mean, are they going to fight or not? Or are they just going to? I don't want to sound like a male chauvinist pig here, but are they just going to cackle at each other, or are they going to throw hands? Because they do not like each other. That is obvious.
I think if it escalates again, we could see some throws. We could see some girl punches like this.
Oh, I love it.
I love a good cat fight, dude. I love a good cat
some
fight.
Hair pulling. Somebody's weave has to come off. Yeah. That's somebody's. I'm just saying. I'm going to get in trouble.
You said it, not me.
I know. I'm going to get in trouble. I'm just saying. They obviously do not like each other for whatever reasons, but and then Caitlin Clark does. I think she, for as talented as she is, she does run her mouth a lot. She does complain a lot.
Well, I think she runs her mouth because everybody's got it out for her. They
I
have
agree
since
with
day
that
one.
too.
They have been jealous of her, and I'm thinking to myself, you ought to drop down on your knees, kiss her
Yeah.
ass, and think you're walking upright. Good Lord, that she's in there, because the reason that ratings are up, the reason that your salaries are up, that you renegotiated your collective bargaining agreement, the reason all that's happening is because Caitlin Clark came into the league.
Absolutely.
Not Angel Reese. I
Nope.
know she's a lightning rod for controversy and she runs her mouth, but Caitlin Clark brought everybody to the table and raised the bar. And these girls, for one reason or another, they just don't like her. And
Yeah.
it should be the opposite. But I mean, look, she's trying to beat you every game, so I understand why you don't like her. But yeah, I'm not talking don't like her. There's pure hatred. There's girls that rough her up out of nowhere for no reason.
I mean,
I get it to a certain degree, being competitive and all that, but you're biting off the hand that feeds you.
I agree.
I mean, if
I
your
mean,
husband's loyal and making 6 figures a year and is a great father and never laid a hand on you, and when he goes to work, you start cheating on him, that's on you. You're stupid. Same thing. You're biting off the hand that feeds you. And I think it's, she's a great player. I mean, you could argue that Mitchell's a better player on that team than she is. I mean, you really could.
I'm telling you what. I mean, she's so talented. It's whatever. Nobody disputes her talent. I did watch her on her press conference, and she came off as a little bit like just at her wit's end, kind of just frustrated, and she's whatever, and she's been the villain this whole time, and all these girls hate her, and I just don't understand that. And man, I wish more girls spoke up on her behalf from other teams.
They don't,
they do not. They just stay quiet. They stay out of it, and that's fine. But
if you're going to be good at something, or you're going to do what we're doing, media, especially I'm a year removed from Vegas full time, but when you're out there, if you don't have a little bit of an ego and a lot of confidence in any walk of life, especially this one, then you need to get out of it. And so, they've emboldened her to have more of an ego, because she wasn't quite like that in college. More of an ego.
She was very quiet and timid.
Yeah, and she was more passive. Now she's not she never was even passive aggressive. Now she's just aggressive, and she's got more of an ego and more of but you have to carry yourself with everything that's going on around you.
You're the face of that league.
It's kind of
that's a lot of pressure.
I was doing that good old boy network thing when I first moved to Vegas, trying to break into the big time media, get on Visa and all these different areas. And, it didn't work, yet. And out there, you live out there. It's unlike the Midwest. Out in Vegas, doing what we do is kind of hard to tell the sharks from the guppies. So you got to be on the offensive all the time.
Always.
Here in the Midwest, you can kind of read people better, but you know what I'm saying. And I think that's a little bit of what Caitlin has evolved into this thing. And
I like that. That's a great breakdown.
She's one of the top players in the league. Obviously, one tonight, you're going to see Asia Wilson, three-time MVP out of the last 4 years in the WNBA. I mean, just like the Michael Jordan of the WNBA, she's head and shoulders above almost anybody. You can make an argument for some others, but the WNBA is very competitive this year, and and the product is getting better, and
agreed.
It's fun to wager.
Yeah, I agree. How about this in the NBA? How about did you see the Greek Freak Giannis going to Miami in the Heat, and the Heat gave up the entire bench and the future for the next 10 years of draft
They
picks.
gave up Tyler Hero and they gave up Jaquez, who's a promising young player. Hero's an
Absolutely.
all-star. What they really gave up was 3 first-round draft picks. Now,
Yeah.
I don't know because I don't handicap. A lot of guys handicap and sell the NFL, NBA draft. I don't.
Right.
I'm up to my ass and more nuts than a fruitcake trying to figure out Major League Baseball and, everything else. But days in, I know the draft order was the Wizards, Bulls, Kings, and then Miami picking 4th. I don't know if that 4th round pick this year goes to Milwaukee. Maybe Milwaukee's picking 4th, but obviously they're content to rebuild their team through the draft and smart free agency. And Giannis and Bam down there, you see all these pundits, Stephen A. Smith and all these guys on ESPN this morning just going ape shit over it. Now Miami's all of a sudden going to be the greatest team ever.
Oh,
Giannis did not have that good of a year this year, and he's up there now in years. So, how much that's going to bring to the table is yet to be determined. I mean, I understand that Spoelstra is one of the greatest coaches in the NBA, and that was the argument for a long time, especially when he had Jimmy Butler, won as an 8 seed, got to the finals as an 8 seed, then they got their ass kicked, but that's hard to do. But last year, the one thing about Miami in the NBA is they completely disregarded playing defense whatsoever. And that's really was their key to success previously in the previous years under Eric Spoelstra. So it'll be interesting to see how that all mixes up again next year.
Yeah, it should be interesting. I'll tell you what, when I saw it and I read everything that Miami gave up, I was okay with I would not have liked the Pistons to give up all that for him. I wouldn't want that. I mean, to be honest with you, we've done okay in the draft.
You could have used him in the playoffs this last year.
We could have probably used him in the playoffs.
Versus, what was his name that he just sucked?
Jalen Duren just fell apart.
He just sucked tying tit the entire all his series.
Yeah, every series. He had one game every series that he played.
Yeah.
Solid. So it was, I absolutely could have used him, but, I feel like there's other pieces we could get that won't cost as much and be maybe just not as effective, but long-term effective. I mean, that Pistons team is ridiculously young. And I had to be reminded on a regular basis from my friends that Jalen Duren's only 23 years old. So he disappeared in the playoffs, but that's his first time really being like, you know what I mean? So
that's why the Spurs didn't win.
100%.
They had the more talented team.
Yeah, right. And we do believe in JB Bickerstaff, our coach. So we think that maybe he grooms these young men. Yeah, and the only thing that's going to help them is more experience.
That's right.
I don't want to hit the panic button and rebuild. I think the one Thompson, Sir Thompson that we have, I think that guy's a beast. If he could learn to shoot the ball, he'd be an actual threat with a jump shot. But he couldn't hit the side of a barn. You know what I mean? But he rebound, he assists, he's all over the ball, he's just all over the court. But you got to be able to shoot in the NBA. You got to have a jump shot. Otherwise, nobody's going to threaten you on D, and then they're going to double Cade, and then that's it. So we need a 3-point shooter for sure. Baseball's been kicking Daniel's ass. He says the Braves killed me last night. Ooh. Tony George has been warning us for now 23 days that June is a goofy month in the MLB. And Mondays he's been warning us about the MLB for years. Okay,
I laid a half a run first 5 minus 110 yesterday, Tampa Bay for a small 3-unit play, and Kansas City beat them. I mean, on a Monday. Kansas City can't get out of their own. They can't get out of their own way to save their ass, but they beat them. And Mondays are crazy. Yeah. I know. I had a buddy. I had a buddy that was really, really to help Daniel out. really, really big, like 5 dimes large on Atlanta last night, and he was sick. I told him, I said, it's when it looks like low-hanging fruit, and I said these teams that have been hot, Tampa Bay, Atlanta, the Dodgers, even the Yankees, coming into June, start reversing on them, because June, it does that all the time. Now, today, believe it or not, after a Monday, I have my biggest card of the season. And no, it doesn't have a top play on it, but it has 3 plays. I think it's my first my second 3-pack of the year, headlined by a 4-unit play. And my 4-unit plays are like 68% this year. I have a 4-unit, a 3-unit, and a 2-unit, 2 sides and a total. I love the board today. And I can't talk about it because I would love to, but we have Lenny's Tigers and the Yankees on that card as the 3-unit position.
Hey, how about those Tigers yesterday? 5-3 over the Yankees. Those big, bad Yankees. I'm going to tell you right now, Griffin Murphy's going to hate me come this Saturday because I think Tigers have statistically, numbers-wise, best team in June. Best team in June. Worst team in May. I don't know what to expect in July, to be honest with you. But these Tigers, whatever. I like them. But yesterday, Griffin Murphy, he was on here telling everybody how the Yankees, this, that, or whatever. And I'm like, oh, don't count out my Tigers. And then, and then I started the show yesterday, Tony. I had a broom in my hand because we just swept the White Sox. So I asked him if he wanted to sweep his feelings up along the way.
I didn't get to tune in on Saturday.
Oh,
I had something going on. I wanted to sit down and tune in because you'd beat them on Friday. And I said, oh, I want to hear this shit. And I usually stop in on Saturdays and make a few comments.
Yeah.
Actually, I was with a buddy at the driving range.
Okay.
I got a golf ranch place out here next to my house and went out to hit a few balls. And, nice. But nonetheless, that was surprising a little bit, but gaining some ground in the Central now.
Yes, yes, we are. This is the same voice you probably heard and seen on VSiN. Tony George has been on VSiN numerous times. Him and Scott Spreitzer. Nathan says, been following Mr. Tony George for quite a while since Mitch Wilson days.
Oh my.
Jesus.
Rest in peace, I might add.
Yep. Great combo. We think so on Tuesdays.
There we go. Yeah, we're gonna market this and go viral one of these days.
Tuesdays with Tony's. I got banned from Caesars when Chuck was working there in the late 2000s.
Yeah.
Alfred says.
Yeah, you
Hey, someone scan the QR code.
Stations. Look, they have great books. When you go there and hang out, they got great books, nice drink prices, pretty bartenders, pretty waitresses, every game on you could possibly imagine, real nice. But if you're a player and you start beating them, that's it. Yep. That's it. I can't remember the guy's name. Armadas. What was his name? He was the head over all the stations. And I had a year in baseball that year. I had a year a couple of years ago. It was I think it was 2018 when I was living out there. That year I had another huge, like almost a plus $9,000 year. And I was just killing it. And it was like July. And I had been in there, Santa Fe Casino. Lenny and I have both been there many times, right next to my house. I lived basically 8 blocks away from Santa Fe. And nonetheless, I went in there one morning about, I'd say 10 o'clock and plunked down, I think it was 4 large. And I said, I want the Brewers on the run line. And it was like plus 120. And a guy came out, what was his name? Spreitzer. He's a buddy with Spreitzer. Anyway, he was the head cheese over all the station's books. And he walked out there. He said, Tony, we can't take it. I said, what are you talking about? He goes, we can't. He said, we're also, I'm involved in risk management. And I said, you can't take a $4,000 bet in a, $500 million casino here? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
He goes, you've been killing us, and I
Yeah.
had taken them probably for that month, maybe 20. By the way, you watching? I'm with the I'm not effing around crew. I bet. That's
Right.
what
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
I
Right.
make
This is
more
what
money
I do.
betting than I do selling picks. And this is what I do. I'm just sharing this information. And when you lose, I lose. I lost 2 dimes on the golf bet on Sunday, the one I sent Lenny, my golf pick of the year.
Yep.
I'll talk about that in a minute. But I
Hey.
did send you 5 plays over the weekend, went 4-1, but
Yes,
the one
you
I
did.
lost was the big one. But
Yeah.
that being said, they wouldn't let me bet it, so I got in my car and drove down to Westgate when Joe was running the book just till recently. He retired. Westgate took the bet. And it was interesting because the end of the first inning, Milwaukee was up 6-0. And they ended up winning like 12-3. And I bet them on the run line plus 120. It was a weak line.
Right.
But I was rolling, So,
Yeah.
that paid $4,800. That was nice. But
was a little nice
if
play.
you win against them, they're much like DraftKings and FanDuel. If you're a big bettor and you win, they'll limit you. Like, that's why I like Westgate, Circa, MGM. South Point, they'll take your action. They'll gamble with you. They don't give a shit.
They
Circa
for
sooner
sure.
or later you're going to lose.
Circa for sure. And I'll tell you what, I like to bet my Nerfies. Circa has hands down the best Nerfie odds in the market.
Oh yeah.
And I live in Vegas. Okay, I'm just going to tell you right now. Huh? Yeah, the Missouri
app.
Yeah,
they're
in Missouri now.
Missouri. Then I
Best
have a separate app
Murphy
here in
odds.
Vegas. They're different. They're same app, but they're just geographically.
Yeah.
But yeah, Circa being here in Missouri was a lifesaver because I'm stuck with Fanatics, DraftKings, and FanDuel, which have no options at all for NASCAR, hardly any for golf. Where Circa's got all the head-to-heads. I mean, to give you an example of how shitty some of these apps are, let's just talk about DraftKings for a minute. Sorry if I'm going to have a podcast. They want to sponsor me somewhere, so I'm going to piss them off. But let me ask you a question. You're supposed to be the biggest book in the world now. You had no head-to-heads in NASCAR on Sunday. What are you doing? Are you running a book? They don't want to risk anything. And by the way, PGA and NASCAR, people that bet over $100 or $500 on a bet, they're sharp bettors because nobody bets it. Well, I'm coming in there betting a dime, 2 dimes. You're like, no way. They'll stop.
I got limited last year. I put a college
from
football
minus 130 to minus 190 if you want that action now. I'm like, what are you doing?
Right.
I mean,
hey, Stations app does kind of suck. Somebody said it in here. It does kind of suck. It's very basic. There's not a lot of your golf matchups. They didn't even have them. They were way different matchups. I had to go to a different book, but I got it done. At the end of the day.
That's the one thing that I think everybody watching this should know is, I get better odds at certain places that I'm giving you, and Stations to finish that story real quick, they limited me to $300 bets after that. After they shut the window on me, but the thing of it is the DraftKings of the world and the FanDuels, I have to use them at Docs because about 90% of the clients, that's who they have. So I say, I got Cody Ware versus JJ Yaley way down the list in NASCAR as a head-to-head, and I know how that's going to turn out unless one of them wrecks. But I know how, but they only give you Larson, Hamlin, Reddick, Logano. They give you these big names, and they're super chalky, and you can't go down the list to the middle of the pack. And I know that, AJ Allmendinger is probably going to be Ty Dillon, based on lap times, practice times, track history, all these things that I handicap. That's available on Circa, and I'd love to put it out, be able to post a winner, but I know that 95% of the people betting it can't get it, and that causes customer service a problem. So I got to use DraftKings and FanDuel because most of you are using them. Maybe BetMGM, they're popular out there, Bet365, but when I'm putting out even prop bets, I'm using DraftKings or FanDuel because, and their odds are shitty. I can get it. I can get it
at vanilla. It's where everything is at. Yeah.
Right. I can get it at minus 105 at Circa. And on draft, I did one today. It was minus 135 at DraftKings, and it was minus 110 at Circa on their app for the same one. So you definitely want more than one app. If you're betting, you want, like Lenny's got a lot more than one app out there.
Yeah.
You know, you always have one you like the best. You know, you have the most money in. Mine would be Circa. You know,
Circa's like my number 2.
You gotta have more than one app shop.
I use the Santa Fe app. It sucks, but for for nerfies and stuff like baseball wise, I don't want to. You know, I'm not too big of a prop guy in baseball. I mean, I am, but I'm not. I mean, I'm more along the lines of like I'm a pitcher prop kind of guy, but I'm not really too big into and any prop I'm doing, I can find on stations. Okay. Like, you know, so I don't want to get I don't have DraftKings. I don't have FanDuel out here. And I don't miss it. You know, I do have, William Hill, Caesars, MGM, Santa Fe, Circa. Those 5 I have. And I feel like that's enough.
Yeah.
You know, Richie Toad says, try Khaleesi. I've heard of this. I know people that do have.
I'm not doing. Listen, it's
online.
Who's that, Richie? I'm up to my ass and more nuts than a fruitcake, carrying the hopes and dreams of everybody that buys a pick from me, and I take them very seriously. I'm not going to switch gears and get into the prediction markets.
Right.
They're different, and if I don't know them inside and out, I've got a buddy that is all over this Khaleesi.
Yeah.
He does it all the time. He keeps telling me he wants to come. Let me come over. I want to lay it out for you. We're going to make $1 million together. You know, about the checks in the mail, and I promise not to get you pregnant speech.
Yeah.
And I'm like going, wait a minute. I'm just now, I've been doing this 34 years and I still don't have it figured out all the way. I just haven't figured out better than some folks.
That's fair.
Otherwise I wouldn't be doing this as long as I've been doing it. But I get the prediction markets, and people do politics on that and all kinds of different things. Well, sports.
Yeah, I don't. I haven't messed with it. I don't know enough about it to use it or whatever. Yeah. I love this comment here by Daniel. MGM for me, my side chick is Bet Rivers. Stations for me, my Bet side Rivers chick is.
We don't have them in. Well, we don't have them in. My wife is Circa, and my side chick is Fanatics.
Yeah, I guess I have to list my wife as my wife and my side chicks as Santa Fe and Circa. Yeah, I guess,
But Bet Rivers, I got a friend that uses them a lot, and he likes them. And I've seen some of their odds are better. I've been on a phone call I talk to a lot of pro bettors that do this every day. I have 5 phone calls before 7 a.m. every morning, and I don't know what they're betting. And like the guy said, talking about Atlanta, he told me that yesterday, hey, I got 5 dimes on these guys. Are you going to release them today? I go, no, it's Monday. I'm not doing anything big on a Monday.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I think maybe Kansas City will shit down their leg.
William Hill is shitty. They have shitty odds in Vegas on that app.
Yep.
It is shitty. Sometimes I will find like a prop that I like that they'll have randomly. And it is visually user friendly, but if you're looking to shop your lines, it does suck. They never limited me because they never got as much action from me. And then do you have to go to Circa? Look, I'm technology.
No, you don't.
You do not.
If you live in Vegas, you can get it online.
You can get it online. You have to take a step. You have to prove your identity. I'm not technology savvy, so I just went down there and did it. But whatever. I mean, if you live in Nevada, you can have the Circa app. You can connect with them on just download the app and
you can
follow
you can go right to the counter. I don't know why if you live in Vegas, go down to Circa, have a few cocktails at the Mega
Right.
Bar.
Give them your ID and they'll do everything.
Be like Denny. Be like Lenny. Get a cabana at the pool and just check out the eye candy all day long and bet sports. I mean, be like Lenny.
I mean, listen, I ain't gonna lie. My wife comes right along with me, so I ain't doing nothing that I ain't supposed to. And yeah, I love the Circa swim.
You know what they say? My wife has heard this a million times. It's an old gambling saying. Just because you bet all your money on one horse doesn't mean you can't watch a race.
That's right. Listen, just.
But yeah, if you go down to Circa, go to the counter, just ask for hand them your phone.
Yeah, exactly.
Say, I want to set up the app. How do I do
all
it?
Of that shit.
They'll give you a player's card so you get points. You can use it anywhere out there. You get your player's one card, and they'll set you up on your phone. You give them money right there. Give them, $5 bills, whatever.
That's what I do.
I don't know what kind of player you are, but give them $100. You're betting $5 a game. Money's money. All things are relative, but at day's end, it's one of the better apps to have. I can tell you that.
Nathan says he's single like a Pringle.
There you go.
BetMGM, you do got to go down and show your ID. I signed up for them one time. I went down there. They did Super Bowl. That's the only pain in the ass. But other than that, Tony, do any books have alternative round score totals in golf, or do you just have to over under total they give you? Like an alternative total?
I have not seen any alt round scores at DraftKings or FanDuel. And we had a 8-unit position on Wyndham Clark, who won the tournament, to go under 72.5 on Sunday, and he shot a 73. He bogeyed 16, a par 3, missed a 5-foot putt, burnt the edge. He left it sitting 2 inches away on 18 to tap in for the tournament. He hadn't shot over par all week. To answer your question, I just started doing those over-under round. We do a lot of we had a head-to-head on Sunday, Fleetwood over Fitzpatrick, which won. It was on the card, but it was a smaller play. But I do a lot of head-to-heads. But these over and under round scores, I like to do later on the weekends, Saturday and Sunday after the cut, because I know most of these players and their tendencies and how they play on certain courses. Talking about a guy that shot 64, the low round of the tournament,
right?
Ended up winning it and had not shot over 70 all week long. And usually you'll fade him on his Sunday going, he's in a bad spot. Well, the son of a bitch won a U.S. Open 2 years ago.
Right.
I mean, he's been there, done it.
Right. Yeah. Been there, done that.
Or 3 years ago, I guess. But yeah, he won at LA Country Club, but he's won a U.S. Open with the biggest names in golf breathing down his neck, and I know he was playing with Scotty Scheffler. I was a little surprised Sunday at how nasty the crowd was against him. This guy beat up a couple of lockers at Oakmont last year when he missed the cut and he kicked them in. It's one of the hollow grounds of golf at Oakmont up there. It's in New York. And so he was carrying kind of a black cloud with him. And I think the locals there in, New York can get a little kind of like Philly. Yeah. They can get a little ugly.
Yeah.
Or Detroit. When they finally win a Super Bowl, they're going to burn down the whole city. It's the same thing. And he just he didn't play well. I think it affected him a little bit, not enough to lose it, but it was close.
Yeah. They got the circuit now at Silverton. That's awesome. I don't go on that side of town much.
It used to be CG Technology. Canner Gaming used to run the Silverton. Yeah. Matt Holt was a buddy of mine. He was chief operating officer of that company. William Hill was at, where was I at? The Sahara downtown.
Oh.
About 7-8 years ago, I was down there, and I was with some buddies. I believe was it Wade? It might have been the owner of Docs. I can't remember. I was down there partying with some people, and it was NBA, and I had just enough, and I had a big play that day, and I bet some on it. But I had a few drinks, and I said, I'm going to go up the counter here. I threw down a couple dimes, and they wouldn't take the bet. And this guy comes out there and he goes, dude, I know who you are. I go,
So,
okay, what?
right.
You don't $2,000 on an NBA game? He goes, no, we're gonna 500 on that. And I'm like,
I got limited last year.
That
at
was my
Santa
only
Fe with my
experience
college
with
football
William Hill.
futures. Yeah, I tried to put
Yeah.
I tried to put $2,000 on a college football future, and they limited me to 500. And they said, if you want, and then they moved the line. It was an over-under total.
That's their move.
Yeah, and then they moved the line. It was like over-under was 3.5. They moved it to like 4 wins. And I'm like, no, I'm not. And it was juicier. And I was like, no, I don't. And I was betting the under. And I was like, no, I'm good. And then I just played the 500, moved on. And then I was like, no, I'm good. But let's talk a little MLB. I see people.
Hey, I was going to ask you a question. I'm going to give these guys some free plays.
Yeah.
I got a nerfy yerfy chart, and I found one here. I'm going to go against the grain.
Oh boy.
Milwaukee and Cincinnati yerfy minus 120 today. You got Sprout and Lodolo on the hill. Both of them are super high ERA pitchers. Now, the thing about Milwaukee and Cincinnati, both teams went 5-0 their last 5 games in nerfies. So it looks like an easy take.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with a yerfy in that Milwaukee-Cincy game, minus 120. There's a reason the total's 10 in that game.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
And,
yeah, for sure.
And I'm sure that Lenny has the nerfy in the Yankees and Tigers game. You got Rodon and Mize going at it. What's that number at? Like probably 140?
About 25.
I'd play it.
Minus 125. I thought it was very fairly priced. Actually, I thought, they're scared of the Yankees. There's a couple nice nerfies out there. The most expensive one I saw was the White Sox and the Guardians. That's like minus 140, minus 150. But it's playable. Parker Messick and Sean Burke on the mound. I mean, if you want to go down that road, there's a couple of them out there today. There's a couple yerfy.
I can't comment. I have a 4-unit play in that game.
White Sox Guardians
side, so I can't make. Yeah,
that's nice.
Yeah,
I got.
I'll tell you when the show's over.
All right, there you go.
He's gonna want that 6-unit WNBA play too. Trust me.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna get my pen and paper out and say, all right, list them up. Yeah.
I would also lean Baltimore first 5 innings, lay the half a run with Shane Baz on the hill. That Ryan Johnson for the Angels is a train wreck. I mean, he's only had 2 starts this year. He's got an 11.8 ERA in him. And Baz actually is pitching better. He's got a 2.56 ERA his last 5 starts.
Yeah.
And Baltimore can put up some runs. I think if you lay the half a run with them in the first 5, that's minus 105. That's a cheap.
I laid -1 with them on an alternate line at minus 115, Baltimore. I think they get the job done, to be honest with you. I like the -1 line. The Angels, some reason or another, scared the hell out of me. I also like St. Louis today over Arizona. I thought that was a good matchup. Arizona's bad, folks. I know everybody thinks Arizona's good or thought they were going to be good, but Arizona is who they are.
Yeah.
15-22 on the road.
Yeah.
That's what Arizona is. Against a Cardinals team where I don't think anybody thought they'd be this good, or at least I didn't. I'm not a big believer in the Cardinals.
Like top 3 or top 2, and St. Louis is top 3 or top 2 in baseball and plus money on the money line this year.
Yeah,
they're way up there.
Yeah.
Another one that looks like low-bearing fruit, you're afraid to pick it. I'm not. And I put this out as a free play earlier. I like Milwaukee today.
I'm on Milwaukee. I like the way your head. I like where your head's at. Answer me this. This was the trickiest line on the board for me today. The Cubs and the Mets. Why is it even money? Like it's minus 105 to minus 115. Mets slight favorite. Total 8.5 to 8, depending on where your book is at. But I don't
see the pitchers in that.
Exactly.
I'd play the over in that game. I almost put that out.
I took the Cubs. I know they're not the
Oh
best on
shit!
the
I
road.
gotta come clean. You
Uh-oh.
folks just got a premium play.
The Cubs?
I did. I
You
have
did
an
put it out.
additional 2-unit play on my card. Pays to tune in to Doc's Daily. I took the over in that for 2 units.
There you go, folks. A little premium match. Don't tell nobody. Okay? No, we'll get in trouble.
Tell everybody. Tony on
Yeah,
Tuesdays.
actually tell everybody. Just don't tell them where you got it.
Drinking,
okay, don't tell them.
He's drinking a little spiked Arnold Palmer, and he gets to talking too much, and he gives away shit for free.
Yeah, it's true. Just looked at the Red Sox Rockies game, brought back last night's trauma. Man, the Red Sox suck. I mean, I thought they were gonna be a really good team in June or something, maybe make a move. Honestly,
No.
Sonny Gray is the best light on, so I don't trust him, so I didn't mess with that game. I just did not. They should win, sure.
They play good behind Gray usually, but
right.
There's too many intangibles and variables with Boston to, I put them out. I believe I put them out on Sunday. I learned my lesson. I'm done.
Yeah. I just can't. They're better.
They were playing Seattle. That last game against Seattle, they had all the advantages, and Seattle's offense was just in the tank the last 10 games. I mean, their offense just freaking disappeared. Yeah. And I thought Boston could get them, and Boston never got off the freaking bench. So the hell with Boston.
They never did. Never, ever. Yeah. Yeah, right. I got this San Diego team. San Diego Braves, I'm staying away from this series in general. The Braves, I don't know if all of a sudden the Braves can't hit the ball. I don't know. Cubs weather possible tonight, rain out. Yeah, I know, because I'm in this little contest thing with some buddies of mine on Facebook. We throw like $20 in every week, and it rolls over all the time. But I picked the Cubs last night, and the damn thing got rained out. So now I got to pick 2 plays today. I'm going right back to the Cubs. I'm just saying. All right, and my Tigers. All right, that's going to do it for us today. Tony, tell them what you got over at the website today. They already got a free play.
Yeah, you got some free plays. You got one of the premium plays on a 3-pack in Major League Baseball. We got 9 units on that card. You got 2 of them for free. Yep. We have a 4-unit. We have a 4-unit Nerfy today. We've cashed 6 out of our last 9 prop cards in profit, and a rare 6-unit top play in the WNBA and the Liberty and Aces game tonight.
Boom. Love it.
22-11 run in the WNBA. And that's over the last 33 plays, a month and a half. I can't explain to you youngins out there, because you read so much bullshit on the internet, how hard it is to go 66% against the spread in any sport over a 60-day period. We're rolling. Go get a winner tonight. Use that thing right there. Get a free $60. Let's go.
I got one last comment for you.
I missed that. I missed that.
Yeah, it says, call me crazy, but I took a huge plus money future ticket on Colorado Buffaloes to make the college football playoffs. Somebody did ask about this college football earlier. I saw in the
Daryl, I'm going to call you crazy.
There you go.
Deion Sanders can't coach that team. Just saying.
Yeah, I know. What's he going to do now that he doesn't have, I don't know.
Big 12 isn't loaded, but the Big 12 is parity filled this year. I'm doing a lot. Everybody says, oh, a buddy of mine came up to me the other day. We should go golfing. You're not doing nothing but baseball and WNBA. You're done at 10.
Shit,
no, I'm getting ready for college and pro football. I'm looking at this shit all day long.
Right.
The Big 12 is going to be tough.
Yeah, Big 12. How many teams do you think from the Big 12 make the playoffs? That's tough.
Maybe 2.
I was going to say 3. Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I mean,
you just got to remember something, that the committee is pushed a lot by what the perception is of the American public and the American sports press. And the American sports press is ESPN. And they're going to push Big Ten and Fox and ESPN. Fox is going to push Big Ten down your throat till you choke on it.
Absolutely.
And then ESPN is going to push the SEC till you choke on it. And there's going to be one or two flyers out there out of nowhere that are going to pop up out of the Mountain West, the new Pac-12, or something's going to pop up out of nowhere that's going to take one away from the Big 12 until they have a powerhouse team.
That's fair. So that's fair.
I'm still doing the
work. We'll talk more football as probably July. We'll start talking a little bit of more futures and stuff. And football and stuff like that.
Start mid-July through August. I'll have it all written down. I'll tell you exactly what I'm thinking on every future and this, that, and the other. And the NFL season win total video will be out by this Friday. I've almost completed my top 4 on that for free plays.
I love it, folks. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, drop in the comment section if you're still watching the video or you watch it after the fact. We'll be back tomorrow, 1 o'clock Eastern, with Rafael Esparza and Nick Mencken. Tony will be back next Tuesday. And order those T-shirts, hoodies, all the swag. I'm going to get a poll petition together. We're going to get Tuesdays with Tony. I'll get it going.
It's got to have a cocktail glass on the logo.
Oh, I was thinking like the old Vegas like martini glasses, kind of like you know what I'm saying? 2 martini glasses twisted. So I'll put the logo together. Don't worry. I'll get your approval. And then we're going to collectively as a group, all of us, you guys in the chat, me and Tony, we're going to go to Wade and we're going to say make it happen. And then that's how we're going to get this shit done. This is how we're going to go. Let's go. You're right, Daryl. Let's go. Good luck unless you're against us.
Be proactive. Don't be reactive. Let's go.
Let's go. Good luck unless you're against us. We'll see you guys on the next one.